Okay, this last example, I need to simplify both sides. That's always my first goal. So multiply the 6 times x, and the 6 times -1 is 6x minus 6. Then simplify this by multiplying the 3 through, so that gives you a 3x minus 6. And then what I need to do is, now that both sides are simplified, I need to get all the x's together. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Remember, I always like to subtract positive x's instead of, if I had a choice, I would add to get rid of a negative first, but since they're both positive, I decide to subtract the smaller one, so my answer stays positive. So that's 3x minus 6 equals -6. Now I want to get this term, the 3x, by itself, so adding 6 to both sides will help me do that. Keep track of which side of the equation is which. That equal sign is the most important thing in the whole thing as you're solving equations. Last thing you're going to do is divide both sides by 3. So that gives me an x equals 0, because dividing by 3 is 0. Now, the reason I did this problem is this is a situation where the variables did not cancel. I still had a 3x, but the numbers canceled. The numbers canceling is not a problem, because 0 is a legitimate solution. You know, x equals 0, it means if I plug in 0, 0 is a number too, can't discriminate against it. So if I plug in a 0 where both x's are, it will work. So because if I plug in a 0 up here, let me switch colors for you. I would plug in a 0 there and a 0 there. I would have 6 times -1, and I would have 3 times -2, and both of those would equal -6. So in this case, I have a situation where that makes the equation work. If I tried any other number, it wouldn't work. 0 is the one number solution for this. I'm going to work a couple more examples on your matching worksheet just to make sure you know how to do that. So you might want to pause the video and pull that up. So I'm going to go ahead and try to show you how to do number 7. Just skip down and try 7. If I could avoid hiding it with the tools, it would be great. I'm sorry, try to distribute the 4 now. So if I distribute the 4 now, I'm going to have a 8n plus 8 equals 3n minus 12. I would like to have all my variables on the same side. So subtract 3n. I usually, once again, subtract the smaller of the two just so my n's stay positive. So that gives me a 5n plus 8 equals -12. Subtract 8 to get everything on one side. I'm going to have to kind of go over here because I'm running out of room. So that's 5n equals -20. And then dividing both things by 5. And after you divide by 5, that will give you an n equals -4. So -4, and it asks for the, now you always have to read these to make sure you answer the question it asked for, but in this case they did ask for the least integer. And remember, the least integer is n, so -4 is my answer. Once again, that means I look for -4 in my box and I get an R. So the answer for number 11 is R. And if you want to use the puzzle to check, that means you go down at the bottom, and where number 11 is, question 11, you put in an R. So that kind of is a double way to check